In the world of superbikes, few machines have earned the same respect, fear, and admiration. As the legendary Yamaha R1M, it is not just a motorcycle. It is a masterpiece born from racing passion, cutting-edge technology, and Yamaha's relentless pursuit of perfection. From the first roar of its Crossplane engine to the sleek carbon fiber bodywork slicing through the wind, the R1M represents the dream of every speed enthusiast who dares to chase the extraordinary. So in this vlog, we'll focusing ourselves to one of the iconic super sports bike from Yamaha motorcycles, which is the Yamaha R1M, which on this video we'll witness again some interesting story of this super sports bike. Then we give an opportunity again to see actually, personally, and experience this kind of super sports bike. Then we'll share again some interesting facts and information to this kind of super sports bike from Yamaha motorcycle. Kaya nga, eto na ang Yamaha R1M. Let's go! During the late 1990s, the superbike world was dominated by powerful but heavy motorcycles. Riders wanted machines that were lighter, faster, and more responsive. Yamaha answered that demand with a bold vision to create the ultimate liter-class sports bike. In 1998, Yamaha unveiled the first generation R1, and the motorcycle industry was stunned. The bike featured a compact inline-4 engine, revolutionary chassis geometry, and an aggressive design unlike anything riders had seen before. It was lightweight, brutally fast, and incredibly agile. The R1 instantly became the dream machine for speed lovers around the world. Yamaha engineers achieved something extraordinary by redesigning the gearbox layout, allowing the engine to become shorter and more compact. This gave the R1 better weight distribution and resource-up handling. It was not simply another superbike, it was a complete game changer. The Yamaha R1 quickly earned a reputation for explosive acceleration and track-dominating performance. Riders describe the experience as wild, thrilling, and addictive. Twist the throttle, and the bike unleashed pure adrenaline. But the R1 was not only about speed. Yamaha focused heavily on rider control and precision. Over the years, each new generation introduced advanced suspension systems, improved aerodynamics, and cutting-edge electronics designed to make the bike faster and smarter. As technology evolved, so did the R1. Yamaha introduced ride-by-wire throttle systems, traction control, quick shifter, launch control, and sophisticated rider aids inspired directly by MotoGP racing technology. The motorcycle became a perfect blend of raw power and intelligent engineering. One of the biggest milestones in the R1's history came when Yamaha introduced the famous Crossplane crankshaft engine technology. Inspired by Yamaha's MotoGP machines, ridden by legends like Valentino Rossi, the Crossplane engine gave the R1 a unique firing order that it improved torque delivery and rider feel. The sound alone became legendary, deep, aggressive, and unmistakable. Unlike traditional inline-4 motorcycles, the R1 delivered power in a way that felt more connected and controllable. Riders could feel every pulse of the engine, creating a riding experience unlike any other superbike. This MotoGP DNA transformed the R1 into more than a street motorcycle. It became a race breed weapon designed for riders who demanded the ultimate performance experience. Yamaha later introduced the premium Yamaha YCF R1M, a more advanced version of the R1 built for serious track enthusiasts, featuring carbon fiber bodywork, electronic racing suspensions, data logging systems, and exclusive technology. The R1M represented the peak of Yamaha engineering. The R1M blurred the line between a street bike and a factory race machine. It gave ordinary riders access to technology previously reserved for professional racers. Over the decades, the Yamaha R1 became more than a motorcycle. It became a cultural symbol. It appeared in racing championships, movies, video games, and superbike collection nest worldwide. Riders admired it not only for its performance, but for its fearless personality. The R1 earned respect on racetracks and streets alike, from professional racers chasing podium finishes to passionate riders carving mountain roads. The motorcycle created unforgettable experience for millions of people. Its aggressive styling, screaming engine, and racing heritage made it one of the most recognizable superbikes ever built. Even today, the Yamaha R1 continues to evolve while staying true to its roots. Every new model carries the same spirit that made the original 1998 version legendary: lightweight design, explosive power, and uncompromising performance. The motorcycle industry has changed dramatically over the years, but the R1 remains one of the most respected superbikes on the planet. It stands as proof that true legend never fade. They evolve, inspire, and continue pushing the boundaries of what is possible. For riders around the world, the Yamaha R1 is not just a machine. It is emotion, passion, and freedom wrapped in carbon fiber and horsepower. It is the sound of ambition screaming down an open road. And that is why the story of the Yamaha R1 will always remain legendary. Yung Yamaha R1M. Let's go! Hi everyone and everybody. So nagbabalik na naman tayo dito sa ating panibagong content at video natin ito about nga sa pagtalakay ng ilang mga matinding malalakas na super sports bike. For this week content ay napunta na naman tayo sa isang dealership store para makita. Actually and personally, yung isa sa pinakamatinding super sports bike, pinakamalakas na super sports bike from Yamaha motorcycle, which nakikita nyo nga sa tabi ito, Yamaha R1M. So, isa nga itong klaseng super sports bikes. I-discuss na naman tayo magkatalakay and i-share din ng ilang interesting facts and information, then sharing my handle shots dito sa ganitong klaseng super sports bike from Yamaha. So, ito pa nga pang inaantay natin at samahan niyo na muli ako para sa panibagong vlog at content natin ito from Yamaha motorcycle, which is Yamaha R1M. Let's go! Alright everyone and everybody, so before we get started again to talk about this kind of super sports bike from Yamaha, ay nagpapasalamat po muli ako sa ating mga subscribers, followers, viewers, at supporters na content at channel na ito. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Then, bago pala, napadaan-interesado pa sa mga ganitong content or videos, abay, huwag ka na nga magkalilangan pangit na ngayon dyan sa device na ginagamit mo ngayon, ang subscribe button at notification bell para update dito palagi sa ating mga latest content, posts at videos na usually pinopost namin. Nag-share kami ng mga video kay YouTube, Facebook, and other social media pages. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Ang Yamaha R1M ay isang klaseng super sports bike, motorcycle at isa sa mga special at top-of-the-line sports bike ng Yamaha motorcycle that built for motorcycle racing track use. Ang super sports bike na ito ay mayroong overall dimensions at nakapaloob nga dito ang haba nitong 2055mm, lapad na 690mm, taas na 1165mm, ang seat height naman nito ay nasa 860mm, ground clearance niya naman ay nasa 130mm at may timbang na 203 kilograms. So kung iambing natin ang body index natin sa motorsiklong ito, kung saan meron nga tayong height na 5'5 at timbang na 60 kilograms, then to our first ride experience kay Yamaha R1M, while on a static position, I will be truly honest with this. The seat height was a little bit challenging dahil nakatiyad na nga tayo sa motorsiklong ito. At kitang-kita nyo pa naman ang pag-maneuver ko sa mga handlebar na ito na still manageable pa naman. Even to our height and weight ay nagagalaw ka pa naman siya. While in its moving position, we need to be skillful motorcycle rider first before we ride to this kind of super sports bike because of its aggressive power that needs some skills to handle and manage it perfectly. Not to discourage everyone, but for the safety also of the person who want to own this kind of cool super sports bike from Yamaha, na naging resulta ng isang amazing riding experience sa isang klaseng super sports bike na ito. The engine powering the Yamaha YZF R1M is widely considered a masterpiece of modern motorcycle engineering. It is directly derived from Yamaha's YZR M1 MotoGP race bike, packaging true factory-level racing technology into a production superbike, kung saan nakapaloob nga sa makina na super sports bike na ito ang inline 4-cylinder nito, 4 strokes, 16 valves, naka-double overhead cam, may 998cc na engine displacement. Ang bore size stroke naman nito ay nasa 79mm by 50.9mm. Compression ratio niya naman ay nasa 13.0:1. Powered by Crossplane Engine Technology 4 or CP4 engine technology. The defining feature of this engine is Yamaha's exclusive Crossplane crankshaft. Unlike a conventional Japanese inline-4 engine which uses a flat plane crank where piston move in pairs, the R1M's piston are spaced at a 90° to 180° crossplane layout with an even circumplicated firing order: 270°, 180°, 90°, 180°. The uneven firing order gives the R1M its iconic growling beeper-like exhaust note that completely differentiates it from any other standard inline 4. This linear connection gives the rider unprecedented throttle control and rear-wheel feedback, allowing them to find maximum grip right at the very edge of the traction when exiting corners. So gusto mo na rin bang malamang ng lakas at bilis ni Yamaha R1M? Na kahit ako ay nanginginig pa din na malaman ko ang lakas at engine performance sa motorsiklong ito, kung saan nga maximum power output niya lang naman ng super sports bike na ito ay nasa 145 kW at 13,500 RPM. Sa lakas at bilis nga ng super sports bike na ito, abay, kumuha nga muna si Peter life plan bago ka sumampa sa motorsiklong ito. Na nasabi ko nga kanina na hindi pang beginner ang super sports bike na ito. This motorcycle is perfect for those rider who has a lot of motorcycle riding skills. To perfectly control this powerful super sports bike, akala nyo ba yan lang ang engine performance sa motorsiklong ito? Hindi pa. Dahil sa maximum torque ni Yamaha R1M na 113.3 Nm at 11,500 RPM ay talaga namang makakapagbigay ng accelerating riding performance at speed, especially for road sports at motorcycle racing. The Yamaha YZF R1M utilizes a high-performance, race-bred transmission system designed to handle the immense torque of its Crossplane engine and transfer power to the tarmac as efficiently as possible. The R1M features a close ratio 6-speed manual transmission. Its defining characteristic is the vertically stacked gearbox layout originally pioneered by Yamaha engineer Kunihiko Miwa. By positioning the input and output shafts vertically rather than horizontally, the physical length of the engine block is drastically shortened. This compact engine footprint allows Yamaha to run an exceptionally long swing arm for maximum stability and traction under hard acceleration, all while keeping the overall wheelbase tight and agile. The transmission is paired with a cable-actuated assist and slipper clutch. When downshifting aggressively for a corner, the slipper mechanism partially disengages the clutch plates to reduce engine bar torque. This prevents the gear wheel from locking up, hopping, or skidding, ensuring chassis stability during heavy deceleration. Under acceleration, the mechanism forces the clutch plates together with greater pressure. This allows for lighter clutch springs, giving the rider a much softer, more comfortable pull at the clutch lever. The R1M comes standard with highly refined, track-focused bidirectional quick shift system. The rider can shift up through the gears under full throttle without touching the clutch lever. The system momentarily cuts ignition and fuel delivery to unload the transmission, allowing the next gear to slot in seamlessly. When braking into a corner, the rider can stamp down through the gears without using the clutch. The bike's ECU automatically blips the electronic throttle to perfectly match engine RPMs to the lower gear ratio, ensuring incredibly smooth entries into turns. Then the final drive is heavy-duty, low-friction chain drive, typically configured with a 16-tooth front sprocket and a 41-tooth rear sprocket around 525 chains, optimized to deliver explosive acceleration out of corners while still enabling a top speed that clears the 186 miles per hour or 299 km per hour mark with ease. The fuel system of the Yamaha YZF R1M is a highly advanced, digitally controlled electronic fuel injection layout developed using engineering telemetry derived straight from the factory YZR M1 MotoGP racing program. It is designed to fit the high-revving Crossplane engine with extreme precision. The R1M uses a specialized layout featuring 2 fuel injectors per cylinder, a total of 8 injectors across the 4-cylinder engine block, to optimize performance across the entire RPM range. Located at the lower throttle bodies, these operate continuously to handle low to mid-range fueling needs. Yamaha utilizes premium Bosch fuel injectors featuring a wide spray angle, which atomizes the fuel into microscopically fine mist for a cleaner, more efficient burn. Positioned higher up in the airbox, these top shower type injectors activate at high RPMs. Spraying fuel from a distance allows the air and fuel more time to mix, creating a dense charge that maximizes top-end horsepower as the engine screams toward its 13,500 RPM limit. The R1M is a pure ride-by-wire motorcycle powered by Yamaha Chip Control Throttle or YCC-T. This has no mechanical cable directly pulling open the throttle butterflies. Instead, it uses an APSG or Acceleration Position Sensor grip, twist grip that uses a spring and a slider to mimic a traditional cable peel while transmitting precise digital signals to the ECU. Yamaha R1M has fuel tank capacity of 17 liters, meticulously sculpted along the sides to allow the rider to tuck their knees, and for maximum aerodynamics, then its fuel consumption is roughly around 6.8 liters per 100 km, depending on how aggressively the throttle is spun. The braking system on the Yamaha YZF R1M is a high-specification, track-oriented setup engineered to reliability, drop anchor from speeds exceeding 186 miles per hour or 299 km per hour. Like its fuel and transmission systems, the R1M's braking hardware is deeply integrated with a digital brain to maximize stopping power without compromising chassis stability. The front assembly handles over 70% of the motorcycle's stopping power under hard braking and features premium, race-grade components. The R1M uses massive 320mm stainless steel rotors. The floating design allows the disc to expand and contract under extreme heat, preventing warping during aggressive track sessions. Biting down on those discs are dual monoblock 4-piston calipers. Being monoblock means they are machined from a single piece of aluminum, drastically reducing caliper flex under extreme hydraulic pressure and providing a firm, consistent feel at the lever. Power is fed to the caliper is via a Nissan radial pump master cylinder. A radial layout pushes the piston parallel to the brake lever's movement, offering the rider incredibly precise, linear modulation. The rear setup is designed primarily for settling the chassis mid-corner and stabilizing the bike under heavy initial deceleration with its 220mm disc, a single, lightweight wave style or drilled disc and Nissan single piston caliper, a compact, pin-slide caliper that offers enough bite to access in stopping without being overly grabsy, reducing the risk of accidental rear wheel lockups. The true magic of the R1M's braking systems lie in its electronics, managed by a 6-axis inertial measurement unit that samples data 125 times per second. The R1M features a sophisticated brake control system. The rider can choose between two distinct BC modes to alter how the anti-lock braking system behaves. The BC1 standard ABS mode, this is a fixed, linear ABS setting optimized for straight line braking. It prevents wheel lock under heavy, upright stops, making it ideal for predictable track conditions or straightaways. The BC2 or cornering ABS, lean angle sensitive mode. This mode uses a real-time data from the IMU regarding lean angle, pitch, and slide. As the bike leans into a turn, the system dynamically adjusts the hydraulic brake pressure. If you trail brake too aggressively into a corner, the BC2 system intervenes gently to prevent the front tire from slipping away, keeping the bike on its intended line rather than standing upright. The R1M features unified brake system which acts as an electronic brake force distribution asset. When the rider pulls the front brake lever with immense force, the system automatically applies a corresponding calculated amount of rear brake pressure. This dual activation prevents the rear of the motorcycle from lifting excessively, anti-lift control, and keeps the bike balanced, level, and planted when shedding high speeds. The wheels and tires on the Yamaha YZF R1M are highly specialized component chosen to reduce weight, handle near 200 horsepower, and ensure the bike remains stable at extreme lean angles. Because the R1M is heavily track-oriented, its wheel and tire configuration is slightly wider and more premium than the standard base model R1. While most standard superbikes utilize cast or forged aluminum wheels, the R1M comes equipped from the factory with lightweight 17-inch magnesium alloy wheels. Magnesium is significantly lighter than aluminum. This swap directly minimizes unsprung weight and reduces rotational inertia. By reducing the gyroscopic forces generated by spinning wheels, the R1M can transition from side to side dramatically faster. Flicking the bike into high speed second requires far less physical effort from the rider. To match its aggressive racetrack chassis, Yamaha equips the R1M with premium subcompound Bridgestone Batlax Racing Street RS11 tires. These are hyper sports tires engineered using compounds and carcass construction derived straight from MotoGP telemetry. The front tire size of Yamaha R1M is 120/70 CR17, a standard, widely trusted profile that provides excellent front-end feedback and a predictable patch of rubber when braking hard into a turn. Then its rear tire size is 200/55 CR17. While the base model R1 traditionally runs a slightly narrower 190 section rear tire, the R1M uses a massive 200 section rear tire with a taller 55 profile, opting for a 200/55 rather than 190/55 or 190/50, gives the R1M a distinct competitive edge on the track. The combination of a wider profile and a taller sidewall creates a larger, more elongated tire contact patch when the bike is fully leaned over. This extra rubber is critical for laying down the unique pulsing power of the Crossplane CP4 engine. It allows the rider to pin the throttle open much earlier on corner exits without immediately triggering the traction control system. The suspension system of the Yamaha YZF R1M is the defining crown jewel that separates it from the standard base model R1. It features All-In's electronic racing suspension (ERS), which stands as one of the most sophisticated, track-proven suspension layouts available on a production motorcycle. Instead of relying on standard manual clickers, the R1M uses a highly digital, semi-active ecosystem that continuously adapts to the tarmac. The front end of the R1M is equipped with 43mm All-In's NPX pressurized inverted forks offering 4.7 inches of wheel travel. Unlike traditional open bat or cartridge forks, the NPX forks uses a pressurized gas chamber in the fork bottoms. This pressure limits all cavitation caused by rapid, violent strokes over harsh track curves. By eliminating cavitation, the oil remains dense and stable, delivering completely predictable, fade-free damping performance even during grueling endurance races. The rear shock absorber handles massive loads while transferring nearly 200 horsepower from the CP4 engine to the rear tire. It features a fully adjustable all-in single shock built utilizing their premium TTX twin-tube architecture. The TTX design isolates the compression oil flow from the rebound oil flowing using separate channels. This means an adjustment to compression damping will not accidentally alter or crosstalk without the rebound circuit, providing precise, localized chassis tuning. The Yamaha YZF R1M features a track-focused dual-step seat design which is engineered strictly for high-performance, super sport ergonomics. The layout completely separates the rider's seat from the passenger pillion. The steps step up to the rear section serve as a crucial physical brace for the rider, preventing them from sliding backward under the explosive acceleration of the 197 horsepower CP4 engine. The seat extends far toward the rear of the fuel tank with a steep angle which actively forces additional body weight over the front end to increase front tire mechanical grip and keep the front wheel down. The front section of the rider's seat is tapered to seamlessly integrate with the deep leg recess of the aluminum fuel tank. This allows track riders to easily tuck their knees tightly into the bike for aerodynamic, efficiently, and slide off the seat effortlessly during extreme cornering transitions. The factory seat cover is finished with a textured, high-grip technical material designed to keep the rider firmly planted in place under hard braking and heavy lean angles, resisting the sliding common with standard sleek vinyl street seats. The handlebar configuration of the Yamaha YZF R1M is a pure, track-focused setup designed to give the rider absolute control at high speeds while providing an uncompromised, aggressive racing posture. Unlike standard naked or street bikes that uses a single, continuous tubular handlebar, the R1M uses individual clip-on handlebars. Each clip-on bar is clamped directly to the 43mm Öhlins electronic front fork tubes. They are mounted below the top triple clamp. This creates a low, drop hand position that pulls the rider's upper body down into a full aerodynamic race stack over the fuel tank, effectively loading more body weight into the front tire to maximize front end traction. The right clip-on hosts a high-end Nissan radial master cylinder complete with a brake lever that features a span adjustment dial so riders can customize the distance from the grip to match their hand size. The clip-ons are angled precisely to allow the bike to achieve its maximum steering lock without the rider's hands or the controls hitting the carbon fiber, front fairing, or the aluminum fuel tank. Because the R1M features a highly advanced digital electronic suite, the handlebar switchgear serves as the primary user interface for tuning the bike's behavior on the fly. On the left handlebar features a dedicated toggle switch and a mode selector to quickly adjust the YRC Yamaha ride control settings. From here, manipulate traction control, TCS, light control, SCS, lip control, LIF, and to change the all-in semi-active suspension modes from A1 to M3 without removing their hand from the grip. On the right handlebar, house a unified starter, kill switch, and a menu navigation scroll wheel. This wheel is used to dive deeper into the full color TFT displays to customize granular settings like engine brake management and power modes. The rider handlebar features Yamaha Advanced APS-G or Accelerator Position Sensor Grip. There are no traditional mechanical throttle cables leading down to the engine. Instead, the throttle housing on the handlebars contains a precise sensor that detects physical rotation to the millimeter to ensure the rider doesn't lose that tactile connection to the machine. The houses utilizes an internal spring, friction plate, and gear mechanism to mimic the progressive resistance snapback feel of a traditional cable throttle. The display panel on the Yamaha YZF R1M is a highly advanced full-color thin film transistor or TFT liquid crystal meter, acting as the central nervous system for the bike's massive electronics array. This dashboard is designed to deliver crystal clear visibility and provide real-time telemetry straight to the rider. To cater to different riding environments, the TFT screen can be completely toggled between two distinct visual formats. Street mode, designed for casual road riding or commuting, this layout prioritizes standard road data, a full-scale digital tachometer, and a highly visible digital speedometer, current gear position indicator, fuel gauge, and odometer, ambient air temperature, engine coolant temperature, and clock. Baseline indicators showing the current active YRC or Yamaha Ride Control global map profile. Then, the track mode. When entering a closed circuit, the screen can be switched to a racing focus layout that strips away public road metrics to focus strictly on performance data. The rev counter dynamically adjusts, sweeping and zooming in specifically on the hour per RPM range, starting around 8,000 RPM up to the 13,500 plus peak power band. A massive lap chronometer takes center stage on the display to track lap times, gear position, sector split times, and speed are kept highly legible. Unlike the standard base model R1, the R1M's display showcases unique data channels processed by its 6-axis inertial measurement unit and hydraulic sensors, brake pressure readout, a live visual bar graph showing the exact amount of hydraulic front brake pressure being exerted at the lever, 4 AFT G-force meter, a dedicated acceleration and deceleration meter that maps out the live gravitational forces pushing against the motorcycle, system activation graphs, visual alerts that highlight when and how aggressively electronic safety nets like the ABS or slide control are stepping in to stabilize the chassis. The dashboard is the main interface used to visually alter the bike's behavior via the handlebar scroll wheel. Rather than adjusting components mechanically, the screen allows the rider to build and save up to 4 customized digital profiles, mapping out PWR or power modes, engine throttle response maps, lean angle sensitive traction and slide control, brake control settings, and engine brake management, front lip, anti-wheelie, and launch control metrics, adjusting the front and rear firmness of the semi-active Öhlins electronics racing suspension right from the screen. The R1M comes standard with Yamaha CCU or Communication Control Unit. The display panel houses the transceiver that links the bike to a onboard GPS antenna. This allows the display to record telemetry including exact racetrack positioning, lean angles, gear choices, and throttle percentages. All of this recorded dashboard data can be wirelessly downloaded from the meter to a smartphone or tablet via Wi-Fi for post-ride professional data analysis. The lighting system on the Yamaha YZF R1M is full LED setup design to merge advanced aerodynamic with aggressive racetrack-derived styling. Wrapping the bulky headlight housing of older sports bike generation, the modern R1M uses the stealthy, minimalist front face heavily inspired by the Yamaha YZR M1 MotoGP bike. The defining feature of the R1M's front end is that the headlights are deliberately split and tucked away out of initial slide. Instead of occupying the main nose fairing, dual high-intensity LED projector headlights are mounted low on either side of the central ram air intake duct, nestled right under the front cowl. This placement leaves the carbon fiber front nose sharp, sleek, and completely focused on piercing the air at high speeds. The LED module casts a brilliant 6000K daylight-like white light with a razor zap cut-off pattern, providing high contrast and visibility during night or low light condition without scattering glare. The unmistakable face of the R1M is shaped by its upper lighting signatures. The design are slanted, aggressive LED position lights run along the upper edge of the front cowl. The DRL or daytime running lights gave the bike its predatory glare when running on the track or street. They provide a high-end signature aesthetic while keeping the bike visible to traffic during day-to-day road riding. To preserve the aerodynamic profile of the carbon fiber side fairings and ensure bike can be easily stripped for track days, Yamaha completely reimagined the front turn signals. The front LED blinkers are embedded directly into the stalks of the rear view mirrors. With the factory exhaust system on the Yamaha R1M is a highly advanced piece of engineering design specifically to handle the intense heat and unique gas dynamics of the 998cc CP4 Crossplane engine. To keep weight to an absolute minimum while meeting strict global emission standards, Yamaha constructed a standard OEM system from premium, exotic materials. The factory exhaust system on the modern R1M is made predominantly from lightweight titanium. Titanium is vastly lighter than traditional stainless steel, shaving weight from the exhaust, which sits low and along the side to bottom of the bike, is crucial for maintaining a centralized mass and ensuring quick, responsive handling. Titanium sheds heat roughly twice as fast as steel, allowing the exhaust to cool rapidly after high RPM track sessions. As titanium goes through extreme heating and cooling cycles, the metal naturally changes color, developing distinct blue, purple, and gold rainbow hues near the header exits. Yamaha utilizes an updated version of its famous Exshaust Ultimate Power Valve System, or EXUP, a computer-controlled butterfly valve located inside the exhaust piping. The EXUP valve partially closes to restrict gas flow. This restriction increases back pressure, which scavenges the cylinder efficiently and dramatically bumps up low-end torque. As you push toward the 13,500 RPM red line, the electronic servo motor opens the EXUP valve completely. This creates a straight-through, low-restriction escape route for the exhaust gases, maximizing top-end horsepower. The exhaust layout is specifically tuned to amplify the acoustic of the CP4 engines, uneven 270 degrees to 180 degrees to 90 degrees to 180 degrees firing order. Because the piston fire at asymmetrical intervals, the exhaust pulses do not create the high-pitched inline force scream typical of standard Japanese sports bikes. Instead, the R1M exhaust produces a deep, throaty, complicated growl that directly mimics the sound of Yamaha's YZR M1 MotoGP race machine. The structural architecture and bodywork of the Yamaha YZF R1M are heavily engineered to minimize weight, maximize rigidity under extreme cornering loads, and pierce the air as efficiently as a factory MotoGP race bike. The core structure of the R1M relies on the Yamaha's legendary aluminum Delta box frame, a design philosophy refined over decades of Grand Prix racing. The main frame is a multi-piece assembly made it of gravity cast, die cast, and extruded aluminum sections welded together. This allows engineers to tune the structural rigidity precisely, creating a frame that is incredibly stiff vertically and torsionally, yet possesses a calculated amount of lateral flexibility. This intentional lateral flex is critical when the bike is fully leaned over at 55 degrees or 60 degrees angles. At extreme lean angles, the front forks can no longer stroke vertically to absorb track bumps. The engineered flex of the Delta box frame acts as a secondary suspension system, keeping the tires firmly planted on the asphalt. The 998cc CP4 engine is rigidly mounted directly inside the Delta box perimeter frame, using 4 solid mounting points, using the strength of the engine block itself to increase the overall rigidity of the chassis. To keep weight balance and centralized around the bike's middle axis, Yamaha uses exotic metals for the surrounding chassis component. The rear subframe, which supports the seat and tail section, is manufactured from ultra-lightweight die-cast alumagnesium. Removing weight from the highest and farthest award point of the motorcycle lowers the center of gravity and reduces the bike's polar moment of inertia, making it much easier to flick side to side. The R1M utilizes a long, beautifully raised aluminum swim arm. Thanks to the stock gearbox layouting shortening the engine's footprint, the long swing arm can deliver maximum drive traction and tire wear predictability out of corners without forcing the bike into a long, sluggish wheelbase. The most visually striking aspect separating the R1M from the standard base model R1 is its premium track-ready screen. The front cowl side fairings and front fender are constructed entirely from lightweight carbon fiber. This significantly saves the overall mass while offering exceptional tensile strength. The fairings feature a clear coated weave pattern blended with Yamaha's signature liquid metal paint seam, exposing the raw carbon fibers in a specific section to highlight the bike's exotic racing pedigree. The shapes of the fairings are not just for looks. They are sculpted to maximize high-speed efficiency and rider ergonomics. The front nose fairing is dominated by a massive, centrally located ram air intake duct modeled directly after the YZR M1 MotoGP bike. This duct forces high-pressure air directly into the airbox at speed, naturally supercharging the intake charge. The sleek lines of the front cowl and side panels are designed to direct turbulent air smoothly around the rider's shoulders and knees when tucked tightly down the straightaways, reducing the aerodynamic drag coefficient by over 7% compared to older body designs. Alright everyone and everybody, kayo ba ay muling namangha, na-amaze at na-inspire sa istoryahe ng ganitong klaseng super sports bike from Yamaha Motorcycles, which is Yamaha R1M, na bukod sa truly accelerating performance at technological picture nito, napapasabi ka na lang talaga na wow na lang talaga, na sana magkaroon din tayo ng ganitong kalakas at kapormang super sports bike from Yamaha. Then, kung nakukulangan ka pa sa content at vlog na ito, well anyway, don't worry about that because we'll continue our content to still feature another great motorcycle like this. Then, if you have any comments, suggestions, and recommendations, just leave it to the comment section below or you may email us personally. Then if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and we encourage also everyone and everybody to share this video to your friends, family, and to everybody. We'll see you again to our next content and video. Sayonara!
Alright everyone and everybody. So dito na nga nagtatapos sa content at video natin ito about sa pagkalakay ng ibang mga amazing story and interesting information and facts dito kay Yamaha R1M na isang klaseng super sports bike from Yamaha. At magkita-kita na muli tayo sa sunod nating content at video natin ito. At muli, ito si Mykmoto TV or Mykmoto Vlog. See you again guys!